guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the book I read this last week, Alice by Christina Henry. This book combines two of my favorite things, books and Alice in Wonderland. Alice is a fantasy novel that tells the story of Alice in Wonderland, but with a much darker, twisted theme. I'm going to read the back of the book to show you what I mean by that. And then I'm going to discuss what I thought of the author's writing style, the characters, and the overall opinion of the story that I have. So let's go ahead and read the back of this book. In a warren of crumbling buildings and desperate people called Old City stands a hospital with cinder block walls that echo the screams of the poor souls inside. In the hospital there is a woman. Her hair, once blonde, hangs and tangles down her back. She doesn't remember why she's in such a terrible place, just a tea party long ago, in long years, and blood. Then one night, a fire at the hospital gives the woman a chance to escape. She tumbles out of the hole that imprisoned her, leaving her free to uncover the truth about what happened to her all those years ago. Only something has escaped with her, something dark, something powerful. And to find the truth, she'll have to track this beast to the very heart of the old city, where the rabbit waits for his Alice. Alright. So, to start with, the writing of the story was amazing. The author took the dreamlike quality of Wonderland and gave it a dark twist. A lot of the beginning was spent by the author explaining how the world works, which was totally necessary because it was so different than how the original Wonderland was set up. Though Wonderland in this novel is split into two different stories. There is the Old City, which is the poorer part, kind of crumbling, decaying, forgotten about, and run by I guess you would consider them mob bosses. There's the carpenter, the walrus, the rabbit, the caterpillar, and Cheshire. And they had to... And with these characters, the author took some of the original aspects of the Alice in Wonderland novel and changed them into a more adult world. It was an easy to follow novel, and there's not very many complicated aspects. It was fun to read instead of a challenge, which I enjoyed that. So, I guess the next thing I'm going to start into is the characters. See, this book is a little harder to explain because it is so different from the original book. Like, they majorly twisted this, but it was great the way they twisted it. So we'll start with the characters. The characters in this book were well written because they took the characters such as Cheshire, the rabbit, and the caterpillar, made a few of them these awful people who are like basically mob bosses, drug lords, stuff like that. I mean, the rabbit is basically participating in human trafficking. But the humans still shared the characteristics of the characters in the original form. Cheshire still talks in rhyme and is up to all his little schemes, which is just making life harder on Alice and Hatcher, which is Alice's partner in the book. And the caterpillar still smokes the pipe, but he is doing a whole lot of weird stuff. And the rabbit is just an awful human being who they just completely changed him around. Don't even know how they figured that one out, but they changed him around. Alice and Hatcher in this book are both supposedly mad. So in the beginning you're actually wondering if this is all happening in their heads or if this is actually going down for the first few chapters. And it becomes very evident early on that this is actually all happening. The characters really make up the story and they add to the world building aspects, but pay close attention because it is not difficult to get confused while reading about the different characters. Overall, I'd give this book a 4 out of 5 star rating. I love how she twisted the original Alice in Wonderland into an adult book. I will say this book is not in any way made for kids. The original Alice in Wonderland, it was great, wonderful, definitely a kid's book. This is not a kid's book. It deals with drugs, human trafficking. The one bad guy literally eats women. Like, chews on their skin. This is not a book for kids in any way, shape, or form. Because there is a lot of adult themes. I was excited when I found this book at the store because it was Alice in Wonderland themed. I was thrown off by how dark and twisted the author did make it, but I was not disappointed at all in it. Like, this was a great book. I would recommend this book to anyone who enjoys fantasy and liked the original Alice in Wonderland, but likes the dark twist to it. And yeah. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you for the next book review. Remember to check out the book reviews tab. It has the rest of them that I have been reviewing in the last few weeks. I'll see you guys later. Bye.